We have a 1, a 2, and a 3. And it's been too long for a hey now. Metal Mike coming at you. I'm deep in the bunker. It's July 29th on a Sunday. Some of the family is away right now having a dinner, and I'm here at the house just chilling. I got up early this morning and went to the Medina flea market, and I want to give a special shout out to Mark. He great guy, great stuff. Last 3 weeks, you've been out there, Mark, at the flea market, and I've gotten great, cool little trinkets for my collection. Today I got an amazing World War II British pith helmet, or so we think. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I've done a little research, but that doesn't seem to mean anything anymore. What's been going on with me? Oh man, just picking and hunting and junking. Nothing's changed. Just a lot of it's been online. I've done a lot of selling of my father's estate for my stepmother. I've been doing a lot of that, moving through that, and throwing stuff out, blowing stuff out on Craigslist, just and building that cabin in the backyard. If those who know and have watched my videos, I started building we call it a cabin, it's just a shed. It's all out of reclaimed, reused wood that I picked back in the days when I was junking 365, 7 days a week, driving the alleys and such. If I came across an old pile of real good-looking old wood, I'd grab it and bring it home. Well, hell, I ended up building this one shed, which I took down in the fall last year in October. Giving you a quick rundown here. I've been just gone so long. And I began building it, and now I've got it pretty much complete. I've got a couple drips I've got to finish up, and then I've got a dry ship, and that's what we wanted to build. And so just hunting for military stuff. Been buying lots of books lately. Been getting back into that, just studying, really studying, especially with the military and the reproductions. And I've made this, let's see, within the last 4 months I've probably bought 4 tampered with reproduction helmets that I've had to do hideous returns through eBay. That has just been a nightmare of guys knowingly selling reproduction stuff and not even saying nothing. I know for a fact that from now on, if I even have a doubt, I'm going to say something. That being said, what have I been buying? Military. I'm always hunting for that German stuff. Old steel press toys, I still like to do that. I did an amazing trade. It's a whole nother video, though, where I let someone come in, and there were 2 women, and they had some German helmets. You know how I was always offering, I want German helmets, and that I'll trade and overcompensate in the trade to you for the helmets, because I'm trying to get rid of most of my hoard. 50 years old, going on 51 this month, unreal. And so I'm just trying to get rid of shit, and yet I'm still bringing a lot of crap home, but I'm trying to bring home stuff that I love. It's not stuff that I'm trying to flip and sell, and do I do that? Sure. If I find a really great piece and it's $1 or $5, $10, $20, whatever, and I know I can flip it, I'll buy it. But I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to fine-tune it, get rounding all the way back to the story. I did an amazing trade. I loaded these women up. 2 times they came out and I gave them a carload, and then I did really well in return. The stuff that they gave me was really special for my collection. And so there we go. I'm burnt out. I'm tired. I've been up since 3 in the morning. I got up probably 5 to 3, drove out to the flea market, lay in the car, try to rest, but there really is no kind of rest. Even with the eyes closed, all the way back in the seat, just still tired. But I'm having fun. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm dinking around. I've got someone coming over in about a half an hour that I bought. I picked up, I was dumpster diving actually, getting back to the old school, which never changes. I've really fallen back on that as well. I'm not bringing home as much quantity, obviously, when I was picking, driving the streets 7 days a week, like Sanford and Son, like Lamont, back in the early 2000s, and so now, but I'm still just, I'm scoping. I'm looking down the alleys, I'm looking up here, I'm looking down there, and I'm looking for free stuff on the curb. Hell, there's a dresser not even 5 doors away from my house right now, probably early mid-century, maybe 1940s, 1930s. I haven't gone and pulled the drawers on it, but it looks decent. I'm sure I could flip it for 25 bucks on Craigslist and get it for free, and all I'd have to do is put it in the car and drive to 3 houses down. But, you know, it takes up space. And it really is coming down to that, especially now because, you know, I'm just feeling that pressure. I don't like it. I'm trying to declutter. I really am. I don't want hordes and hordes of shit. And I've got a lot of that from back in my junkin' days. Remember, I've been hoarding back when I was driving those alleys and picking those dumpsters. But getting back, I've got a chair I'm selling, a really cool vintage mid-century chair. I wish I had enough energy to go upstairs and show it to you, but wow, it's really something special. I'll try to get the name for you the next time, and then you can look it up. And I think it's called Panel Craft. I forget who makes it, but it's a really unique mid-century mod funky chair. It's cool as hell. Doesn't look so comfortable for sitting, but boy, as a piece of art in a corner of a room, it's a knockout. And so I'm going to get $80 for that. And how that all became is I stopped at the dumpster, noticed there were some really cool old books in there, and I was pulling out a few of those, and the owners came out, and I said, hey, hope you don't mind. And she said, no. I said, I won't make a mess. Boom, next thing you know, just like in the old days, I'm talking to the sisters come out, a little back and forth. Do you got anything else? We're cleaning out the house. Boom, I'm in the house. I pulled a whole load out of that house, literally anything that I wanted. They said no to a couple of things, but I loaded my car, my Transit up, and when I flipped them $100. I was like, here you go, that I could make it. Now let me see, I sold one stereo receiver out of there for $40, so I recouped right there. And then there were a lot of cool pieces I still have and that I kept. I even found some German military stuff. A lot of cool and I'll double my money, whatever, but it was all for free. The first load. I pulled about 2 loads out of the dumpster, and then I got to go into the house and do a pick of anything I wanted, and that's when I flipped them the $100. And I did that because, maybe they'll call me again in 5 years, whatever, but, it was only fair. They let me pick the dumpster. And so I already was covered. If I have to sell anything out of that dumpster, I'm going to make that money back. And then the stuff that I got out of the house was really cool. I wish I had some examples for you. That's the problem. What I really seen today that was rad, and if anyone's got one and is interested in doing a trade, a huge taxidermy crocodile head. I mean, he wanted $200 for it. That fucker was this big. It was huge. And I know that they're common down south, but here up in Minnesota, there's not a lot of them. I've got a pretty decent sized one that about this big. I think I paid $10 or $20 for. Whatever, if anyone's got an old antique giant crocodile alligator head, I want it. I will overcompensate in a trade. I'll throw you something cool here, there, everywhere. And a shout out to Ken. Thank you for the awesome letter, brother. I read it, and you're right. There's nothing more old school than getting a handwritten letter. And I love your art. I think it's amazing. The Pantera painting you just did was priceless. Very beautiful dedication to Dime and his brother. So there you go. Metal Mike. Rambling and rolling. You see, I could shoot these videos all day long. I could just keep talking. I won't ever frickin' stop. I'm sure I'd be redundant and probably boring, and as some people always put on my videos, shut up. Let's say I've been called an idiot. And you get it all. Some people say, oh, your videos are great, they motivate me, and you got another guy, you fucking idiot. But such is life, right? Heaven and hell, man. You got to take it both. You can't have the happy and not have the bad. So everyone, above ground, another day, Sunday. If you have any German helmets, any German Iron Crosses, anything military German from World War I, a belt buckle, a belt, a piece of trench art. I'm really after some bullet-ridden relic helmets. Who isn't, right? Well, you don't collect military German stuff, you're not. But I am, and I love a battle-damaged helmet, and I love that stuff. It tells a story. If someone's got one, I'll make it worth your while. I'll either buy it from you, or I'll trade and overcompensate, meaning I'll give you the value in trade double. Hey-ow! Metal Mike, always hunting, always picking, always junking. Another day above ground. Stay there, guys. Stay on the good side of the grass, because that's where it's at, right? We're going to kick some ass. Now we're rhyming like a wrestler. Jimmying and jammying. Now I'm going too far. I'm trying to hip-hop. Oh, don't stop. Going to never stop. To the top. Take me to the top, baby, blow me. Take me to the top, baby, turn me on. Take me to the top. Motley Crue first album, Too Fast for Love. Go find it. Metal Mike, hey y'all.